Hey everybody, welcome back to some new Entropia content. Man, have I got an episode for today. I'm actually kind of freaked out about today already. So I don't know, there's some crazy shit going on these days. I don't know, I kept telling you guys about some of it. I can't remember if it was you guys or the other show. But there's been a hell of a lot of weird coincidences going on lately. But first I'll get into some Entropia content. Now, sorry for getting off on a tangent again yesterday. As you can tell, it doesn't take much for me to start going off into the stories about ancient mysteries. I'll try to keep that down. God damn it, why wouldn't you just fucking sweat at the guy I'm aiming at? Like, why would you turn at the dry mob and shoot at it? It's like I fucking hate the new controls. Yeah, anyways, I appreciate everyone for watching the episode yesterday. I guess the diving content wasn't really too interesting. No one really wanted to go check it out. Didn't get any comments. So maybe I'll try to find something a little bit more exciting to do. I'll start off with a little bit of sweating and just give an update about what's been going on with me lately. It's like I've been doing the whole no cannabis, fucking doing dream experiments. Last night I had some crazy ass fucking dreams. Had another nightmare, and it wasn't too bad of one. But it did kind of wake me up at one point, and I was like, holy shit, that was a pretty intense nightmare. That same thing, I was dreaming that there was some sort of demon that was coming to the house. And everyone was like, hey, there's this demon coming later, and there's nothing we can do. What do you want to do while we wait for this demon to show up? I was like, what the fuck kind of dream is this? I keep having that repeating one. So I don't know what's going on with that. There was a couple other dreams, I should have wrote them down, because they weren't easy to recall, and I already forgot them. But the fucked up situation. I don't know, you guys heard me talking about video game related content, and I mentioned the Intellivision Amiko video game console. How this guy designed this t-shirt, Sean Hatton, used to work with Electric Playground and Reviews on the Run. Well, same with the guy making the new Intellivision Amiko, it's Tommy Tellerico. So what I was doing, I was talking a little bit to Tommy. Sorry about that. I realized I forgot to get a fresh drink for the show today. Holy. Of course. What, there's like 2 or 3 people trying to sweat here. We've already reached the point where the fucking mob is unsweatable. For God's sakes, this is why I hate boring ass. It's so unorganized. I can't stand it. Alright, I'll go to Club Royal. Or no, let's do a fucking crafting run. No. Let's try somewhere new for a change. Now, Big Industries OLA 42. I should tell you how I found this place. Similar to yesterday's story about Camp Icarus, I was just randomly exploring around the Entropia universe. And this time I was flying in my Sleipnir, or whatever that ship is. And I happened to be flying around in the spots that I didn't have teleporters in. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to go get a few teleporters that I don't have. So lo and behold, as I'm doing that, guess what happens? I run into this place. Yeah, this I was going to swing by too. I forgot it was here. Here's a statue to one of the players that'll be sorely missed. Oh man, she was a mother, wife, and friend. Founder, you will be missed. Sorry, I can't read the rest of the writing. I don't know if it's my graphics or what it is. Now, I messaged Entropia and I was asking if maybe they could do some sort of statue like this for Beamer, my friend that passed, who played Entropia, because he used to write some of the actual content for the game. Like, I guess back in the day they had contests where different people could, Now let me change the settings. I can't fucking stand seeing all this grass. It's gonna fucking make me want to smoke some grass. Medium, low. I don't know, how do you guys prefer it? Maybe if you're not really into picking up stones and fruit, you like all the extra... Oh god, is it gonna crash the game? Oh, thank god. Alright, it's good. Now I don't have all that fucking irritating grass. I don't know what it is. After years of playing the game without seeing the grass and turning it on, I definitely don't like it. So anyways, if anyone's been to Knees before, this is like Knees Part 2. People sometimes sweat over in this area here. You've probably heard of it before because they used to have events where they would buy sweat. But the price they were buying sweat was really low compared to what Entropia Partners is buying now. So I don't know what happened with that. Maybe they raised their prices, they just quit the events. Maybe someone wants to post in the comments if they know what's been happening. Alright, so I was hoping there would be some people organized here sweating, but no luck. So maybe I'll swing by... Yeah, let's swing by Knees. I was just talking about it. Now, sorry if my voice is a little off. I just woke up like maybe 5-10 minutes ago. Just got some really crazy news and it's freaking me out, so... Crazy! Now, a big shout out to my viewers. Oh yeah, it was Raven Jade who was telling me I should do the shirt for the finishing quickly is my specialty, so I finished that. Now I'm on the binge when I quit cannabis for the time being. Let's see, where's Knees? Yeah, so when I quit cannabis for the time being, started getting a lot of fucking shit done. And getting some of my short-term memory recall back, which is really helping. I missed having memory. Yeah, so here's the place that a lot of people used to come sweat. Back in the day, this was the #1 sweat place. I think this was the first place I ever sweated with a whole bunch of people. Now I was trying to remember, like, I think I started sweating here at Knees before this engine. Like, Entropia used to have a different game engine. So... back in my day, we used to buy drugs from gangs. No, just kidding. It's yeah, we used to come here and sweat, and I think I walked here from Port Atlantis. I'm pretty sure back in the day we didn't have vehicles, so you had to walk. Maybe there were vehicles and they're just super expensive. Maybe someone wants to correct. Did the old engine have vehicles? Game engine. So I kind of feel bad for this person. They probably paid a fucking small fortune for this shop. And they have it souped up because people used to be here shopping all the time. Let's see what they got. Oh, those pills. I've never liked pills in the games. Surprise, surprise, I'm not really into drugs. Alright, well, let's get the hell out of that shop. I definitely don't want to buy any pills. Man, that place is pushing drugs on me. Excuse me. I was just about to comment about the drink I was drinking. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, Club Royal. I don't know, to me, I find crafting really boring in comparison to sweating, so that's why I'm probably just going to go do some sweating for now, because I want to do something fun in the game. Which is kind of funny, because a lot of people are probably like, what? You find sweating more fun than paid activities in the game? I don't know, to me, crafting, you just stand there and you don't do anything, right? You just click craft once and you're done. At least with sweating, there's some activity, you chat with other players, get some action and moving around. Collecting items, not losing ped. It's like, what's not to love? Oh yeah, so the drink I was drinking this morning, Welch's, it's supposed to help with breaking up calcium deposits in the brain, and that can be one of the causes of early onsets of dementia and memory loss. So I was thinking that's what I should do, is drink more Welch's, see if I can help improve my memory. To be honest, I actually kind of notice a little difference every time I do, so that's why I keep doing it. Could be just a placebo effect, but other people go with the wine, but it's like I'm not really into getting drunk all the time. Maybe I'll pick that up now that I'm sober too often. Remember, kids, never listen to me. I'm a horrible example. Oh yeah, and if anyone wants to, well, I'll finish what I was talking about. Yeah, so this Welch's grape juice, it used to come, well, this same type of thing, but fucking lid would be like impossible to open. Like, you know how you can use the trick where you take a rag and you use it, a little bit of damp, and it'll give you like super leverage and you can just pull and turn everything? Pull everything, sorry. Fuck, my mind's in the gutter already. I just woke up. Well, it is the time that men have the most energy. I don't know how they put these lids on, but some of them were so tight. It's like I had to actually get fucking vice grips to open it. Even the fucking rag wouldn't work. So I'm here cranking on it with fucking tools. I'm like, dear God, can you imagine there's some old lady trying to open this shit? She'd have a whole case of Welch's in the house and be like, can't drink anything. Alright, so what should I get to first? The thing that's freaking me out? Oh, I got globals turned on. Don't need those right now. Yeah, wasn't there some sort of event on Calypso? So that's the weird thing I noticed with Entropia. It's like here I've landed on a new planet and there's like almost no way to find out what's going on unless I leave the game and do other stuff to find out. Shouldn't they have something in the game? Like maybe an icon up here that says Entropia News? You click it and it would like show you all the events going on all the different planets, what's new and exciting. But I guess that's part of the whole thing where they want it to be an open-end game and you can just find everything out for yourself. But I don't think that's really good in our society because we're a very lazy people where all we do is we want everything handed to us now. It's that our society has become so dependent and... Oh yeah, I forgot to say hi to everyone. It's like, come on, this is a MMO. Interact with the other people. Hey everybody. Hey everybody, it's crazy time. Yeah, so anyways, getting back to the video game related content news. I kind of got into a conversation with Tommy the other day, talking to him about the Amiko, trying to explain to him that I love him, I love Intellivision, I just fucking can't stand this new Amiko system he's making. It's gotta be like, I know it's decent for some people and stuff, but I just can't fucking stand it. There's no way around it, right? So, yeah, so what happens is a lot of, like, Tommy Tallarico is a huge celebrity in the video game community, so a lot of people treat him like a god, myself included. But, I guess even, well, so what happens is, basically, anyone who talks to Tommy and is honest and like, hey, this Amiko is not looking too good, Tommy will put a response in the video and just fucking ream them out, like 2 pages, call him an idiot, saying, well, not an idiot, but I think yesterday or the day before, he was trying to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, that I should really start researching stuff and, or like read a, I don't know, it's like the same thing when people often say because I disagree with them, it means that I haven't read books or something. So he was going on to that same sort of mentality. Because I don't agree with him, it means that I'm retarded and I don't know anything. So I kind of found that offensive. I noticed when I first met Tommy in person at Fan Expo in Toronto is when he was bashing and making fun of people that I liked. So I was like, holy fuck, man, this guy really does have like another side to his coin where he's super nice to you one day and is a complete jackass the next. Not like I'm not like that, so I'm not saying it's anything that I'm not guilty of as well, but just like, yeah, that's kind of Tommy's situation there. But when he's not like, I'm pretty sure this is what it comes from too, is like most people just agree with him, everything he says, because they like him so much. It's like he could design a fucking car that was like, couldn't even move. And people would be like, Tommy, this car is great, I love you. So I don't know, so I was kind of attracted to anyone's comments and videos that agreed with the same thing I was saying, to see if like, am I crazy here? Is anyone else saying that fucking this video game system Tommy's designing is like the worst piece of shit in fucking video game history? So it turns out there was a guy that was, and oh no, what it was, yeah, I was typing in the YouTube search and I came across, yeah, someone who was had the same philosophy about Tommy. Or not Tommy, but the video game console he's making. So yeah, I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna start watching this guy's videos. So I started watching them, giving them likes, and And I noticed someone's flooding them with dislikes, so that's probably the fucking Tommy Yes Men crew. They're going around trying to help Tommy, bashing anyone that ever disagrees with him. And to be fair, like, this guy who's bashing Tommy and the Amiko, he does take it up, like, way farther than I do. Almost to the point of, like, insulting, so I kind of don't agree with that, but it is funny as hell at the same time. Because it's like a roast that he does every video. I don't know if you've seen those comedian roasts before, but they're pretty awesome videos. And it's like, usually you don't roast someone you hate, you usually roast people you like, right? Like the Bob Saget roast, I think that was a pretty good one. Yeah, so I'm going through his video content, I'm like, oh, it's neat, he's from Canada too. And how that's like a weird coincidence. Video game community is huge, and there's way more gamers in the States, so I'd be into it, right? I don't know, maybe the States, did you guys get Electric Playground and reviews on the run back in the 90s? I'm pretty sure you would have. It would have been on the G4 Tech network, maybe. So anyways, yeah. So I'm going through this buddy's videos, found out he's from Toronto. I'm like, oh, that's neat, what a coincidence. So right there, I was like, oh shit, here's a little bit of weird coincidences starting. Remember how I said if there's series of coincidences, you're on the right track to where you're supposed to be going? We fucking won't believe this. So I'm going through his archive and I'm like, okay, this guy's only got 80 some subs, like a really small channel. And his channel only has like a few video playlists, like maybe 4 or 5 playlists, not a whole ton of content. Sporadically making it over the past like 10 years or 12 years even. Well, I guess that'd be 18 years, I don't know. I don't know, is YouTube that old? Was there YouTube around in the year 2000? I'm trying to think. God, that was a long time ago now, huh? So anyways, I'm going through his archive and I'm like, this is neat. He makes a lot of cool content. And then I happened to stumble across a playlist from Fan Expo Toronto. I'm like, shit, that's the convention that I went to every year for like decades. So I'm like, shit, like, I probably was at the same fucking room, like sitting maybe a few seats away from him when he was filming that video. And then I was like, wait a minute, I could have swore I've seen this video before. So I looked in the comments, only one person has commented on his video from 2008. Guess who it was? Yours truly. So I was like, what are the fucking odds of that? Like, just to summarize the odds, millions of gamers, me and him are the only two that agree, millions of Fan Expo fans, decades of conventions, happens to be me commenting on his video. The only one. So I was like, holy shit, like, maybe this is a sign that this Amiko shit is like fucking, I don't know, like, after like thinking about it from what I was just saying now, remember what I was saying about the dreams that I had in that fucking nightmare? I don't know, there's a lot of weird stuff coming up, like, I don't know, some people are saying that Tommy goes a little bit overboard with trying to silence people, so I'm hoping that's not anything to do with the demon thing I've been thinking of. Jeez. So I don't know, is that like a fucked up coincidence, you guys, you think? Or maybe I'm just making a big something out of nothing. I tend to do that a lot. So I don't know, I was talking to that guy previously, asking if we could collaborate on some sort of project. And then when I was listening to his voice, I'm like, God, his voice even sounds familiar. So maybe I spoke to him at Fan Expo all those years ago. So our paths keep crossing in life. I don't know. Wouldn't it be weird if he was like the same age as me too? I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, so what's everyone been up to in Entropia these days? I know, sorry to my fan who wanted me to, or viewer wanted me to go to Cyrene. Kind of got sidetracked there. Don't worry, I'm still on my way to Cyrene. I'm probably going to do a crafting mission there. I'll show you some of the wild fucking crafting on Cyrene. I almost shouldn't show all my Cyrene tricks because that's like one of my go-to planets. Whenever I get low on pet, I'm like, oh, I'll just go to Cyrene and make a few hundred pet. The main reason I don't stay at Cyrene doing that, like making hundreds of ped, it's fucking a little bit boring there. It's like a very solo planet. You can get into sweat groups, but no, let me think. Cyrene. I'm pretty sure Cyrene is the only planet I haven't been able to sweat in groups. they had only solo mobs. So I was doing a lot of solo sweating, which I don't really like solo sweating as much. So that's why I tried to expand my fucking horizons and go to different locations. But yeah, while we're doing some sweating, I'll see if I can open something without crashing the game. What I'll do is go to the fire set for now, just in case any confidential material comes up. That's one thing I've learned over the years. I need to be careful about things that pop up unexpectedly. Okay, what the fuck was I doing? Oh yeah. Alright, it's so nice having memory recall. It's like, I don't have to like spend 10 minutes trying to figure out what the fuck I was saying. Okay, so I'll go back to Entropia. I'll close my Swagbucks icon for the time being. But don't forget, guys, sign up to Swagbucks. Now, I shouldn't say don't forget, because a lot of people already have, so thank you. Okay, I can show you. So, big shout out to Raven Jade. Thanks for the idea to put my slogan onto some merchandise. So now I have a store on Society 6 where you can get my slogans on a whole bunch of different fucking merchandise. We got the Finishing Quick is my specialty tank tops, different wall art, bath mats, clocks. We're gonna get to some good ones here. Yeah, well, the clock, I was thinking, that has a good theme where it sort of fits it. Finishing Quick is my specialty. You can get it on iPhone skins if anyone's into iPhones. Cups, pillows, so now we're getting there, eh? Yeah, you can even get masks. So I'm not really big into masks, but if you are, here you go. Now, here's my favorite one out of them all. The Finishing Quick is my specialty bed sheets. So yeah, that's definitely a hot item, I bet. Yeah, so if anyone wants to check out my Society 6 store, it's Leland 247 pound, I guess. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a few other items that you can get from the Society 6 store with my logo on it. And I'll try to update my merchandise if I get any other cool slogans. I probably won't put too many of the offensive ones because I don't want people to get into trouble. Not like me. Remember, viewers, never do what I do. It won't ruin your life. I don't know, ever since I got my wisdom tooth surgery and I had the infections in my jaw, anytime I drink something that's very acidic, or even taking a bite of something, it's like all of a sudden I'll get this pain in my jaw where it stings like crazy, and it only lasts for a second. So I don't know if anyone's a medical expert. My doctors have never been able to figure it out. Yeah, I was thinking maybe that there's some sort of lingering infection, and every time I drink something, it fucking causes it to sting. I don't know, I had my wisdom teeth out when I was like in my 20s, so it's been like a 20-year long infection. And it's not just me that goes through it. I went onto web message boards and found out, yeah, wisdom teeth complications are actually very common. It was funny too, when I talked to my dentist about it, I'm like, man, I'm going and getting all these fucking complications from that goddamn dentist or wisdom tooth surgery. And then when I showed them or talked to them about it, they're like, oh, we've never heard of any of these such complications before. I'm like, really? Give me that warning sheet that says what happens when you get wisdom teeth. Give me the sheet, fucking everything I said is right on it. So I'm like, how come you guys are saying you've never heard of this when it's on your fucking warning sheet, for God's sakes? No, basically the warning sheet said, make sure you clean out the fucking cavities or holes where your wisdom teeth used to be or it'll get infected. And I'm squeamish, like really bad for the sight of blood, so I couldn't clean out the fucking things. I even went and told my dentist, I'm like, yo, look, I'm squeamish, I puke every time I fucking go to near blood. I can't clean these out. I need help. You know what he told me? He's like, go fucking help yourself. Get out of my office. I'm like, you gotta be fucking shitting me, right? Like, I ended up reading the reviews on the dentist that did my wisdom tooth surgery and found out he's like a jackass to everyone, so he wasn't just picking on me. He was actually accusing me of doing crack at one point. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I just paid you thousands of dollars to do a surgery. Now you're fucking mocking me? I won't mention his name or anything. He's probably retired by now. It was fucking years ago that we did the surgery. I was like, yeah, be careful, you guys. If you're ever going to get your wisdom teeth, make sure you fucking read some of the Google reviews. Find out if the dentist is a complete jackass or not. I think what it is being a dentist is the most stressful occupation in the world. So people are obviously, who are dentists, are going to be stressed out. So I don't blame them for it. I'm not trying to fucking say that I'm perfect or anything, but dear God, that was fucking a nightmare. Still is, to be honest. Now, so what other cool video game Entropia content have we got these days? I was thinking after I finish sweating this mob, maybe I'll go check where the event's going, although I have no idea where it is. So what am I supposed to do, Mindark? Just randomly wander around the game looking for some event that I could give you money in? And it's like, hey, if I could just find the event, I'd make a huge deposit and give all the money to Mindark. But no, that's not what they want. They make it hard to find, so I can just quit the game and turn it off. I'm starting to sound like McCormick too much. I can hardly wait to get him on the show. No, I was thinking of trying to do a collaboration with that guy in the television Amiko videos, but maybe I'll chill on that for the next little while because my videos are already getting flooded with dislikes. So I'm pretty sure that that's like the whole Tommy fan crew, or maybe other people that I've pissed off. Can't really blame it on Tommy's fans completely because they're definitely not the only ones I've pissed off. Now I'll try to be more polite, you guys, sorry. It's the whole Sagittarius trait of brutal honesty. It pisses off a lot of people. They just can't handle the truth. Or what my opinion is. Yeah, I haven't heard back anything about selling the mankinis. That one viewer was really nice and was going to buy some, but I haven't heard back from him. So, yeah, no message back. It's basically the story of my life. I respond to someone, ghosted. I don't know, did I put anything weird in that message that you would ghost someone over? See, that's why I really never like dating online, because usually a few awkward conversations and it never really works out. But at least when I get a chance to meet a woman in person, she's like, she can look beyond what I say, because she wants other things. Now, I notice a lot of women tend to have a fantasy about being with a guy that's like really tall. So that's kind of where I get an advantage. God gave me a lot of awkward conversation abilities, but at least he gave me other things to compensate. It's like no one really gets everything perfect in life, right? I hope not. Or I got fucking screwed in this deal. Alright, this mob is dry. I'm the hell out of here. Now I can only handle so much sweating. Oh fuck, is the mob after me? God damn it. No, it's not. I was thinking I didn't want to take the mob away and screw over people. I try to be one of those people that's not like shitting everywhere I go and making the place a shithole for everyone. Now usually I spend a lot of my day just like going around cleaning up other people's messes. And then I kind of wonder, it's like, holy God, if it wasn't for people creating messes everywhere, I'd probably have nothing to do. Because usually when I go in places, I always clean as I go, so I never leave messes anywhere. And I notice like roommates, God, do they ever like fucking trash places? Like I can't even stand living with most people because they live like animals, or even worse than animals. No, I shouldn't talk too much about my roommates, so I'll skip that topic. I'm just gonna ream them out a little bit. Now I'm recording really early this morning at like 4:30 or 5 a.m. just to try to make sure I don't fucking get interrupted like 12 times while recording. It's hard to do a stream when you constantly get people talking to you. It's like I like to be able to record without having to worry that someone's like behind the door listening to me. No, it's really nice outside today too. When I woke up this morning to record, it's freezing. So I'm like, finally. It's been fucking sauna for I don't know how many weeks. Which I'm in Canada, so I should appreciate the hot weather while it lasts, but where I live, we get the extremes. We get like extreme cold in winter, 8 months a year, and then for the rest of the year, what is that, 4 months? It's a fucking bloody sauna. Hottest place, hotter than this fucking Sahara Desert. No, technically we're not hotter because their temperature is a little bit, but they don't get humidity. And because we get humidity, we're actually way hotter. Like people come from Sahara Desert and they arrive in Toronto, like, holy fuck, this is too hot, I'm going home. Right, so where was I going to go look for this event? Anyone got any advice? Guess I should be doing live streams, that would help. Now I was thinking if any Entropians want me to do live streams, just post in the chat. I can do them easily. The only reason I usually don't is because a lot of times no one's watching, so it's kind of pointless to do a live stream when the crowd's empty. Hey, Laura's selling for 4.5 pet. Rover pets, 1 pet. Yeah, I kind of wish that Entropia didn't fuck over the pet community by putting no markup for pets. Maybe if we should hold a petition for Mindark to add markup values to pets. Like you can see here, there's no markup button. Excuse me. And I bet you the theory behind it with Mindark is that your pet can be at different levels. But it's like the same thing with the markup for, what is it, weapon tiers. They could just have a tier button. So you'd be like, oh, pet level 1 is worth this, pet level 2 that, sold for that. Yeah, so Mindark, if you're listening at all, that would be one of the major improvements I would make to pets. Add some fucking markup to them. I know the theory behind not having markup is that you could charge people anything. But I don't know if that's really such a good thing, because I'm pretty sure in most cases it just hinders sales. Like the path to good intentions leading the road to hell. Oh yeah, I guess I could use these chats here. See if anyone knows where the events are. Yeah, so I'll go back up, say hi to those guys. And see if I can ask some intel, try to find out where these events are happening. Alright, while I run there, let's do a quick message from the sponsor. Today's show was brought to you by Crack. Crack, it'll fuck you up. Now it's funny, I just did a video tutorial on how to fix lag issues on XSplit, and to be honest, like it is way better than it used to be, but it's funny how there is still a little bit of lag I notice every now and then, every time I open something. And it may sound weird to bash it for having lag because I'm opening stuff, but I know that if I run it on OBS, I won't get a single frame of lag. OBS, I don't know how they designed it better than XSplit, but it is really better on the system resources. By like 1,000 times better. It's not even close. It's just harder to use. Like, I don't know, a lot of times I can't get OBS to work some on other issues, and then I'll have no customer support. Because there's all those forums and stuff, but with my concussion I can't spend months reading forums. I don't even remember what the name of that mob is. That's another thing with Entropia. It would be cool if they made mob names something that you could remember, like, or pronounce. So when I go to ask people, like, where is this mob? Like, how am I even supposed to ask people where it is? I don't know what it is. Some fucked up name, like, Elam or something. Where's the Elams? I'll put that and see if anyone even knows what the fuck I'm talking about in this. They're like, Elon, what the fuck is that? Circle of trust is broken? I don't think that was a response to me. Alright, so thanks Entropia. Came to Calypso to do your Elam event or whatever. I have no fucking clue where it is. Might have said it on the loading screen, but you know what? I have to close the loading screen because it uses all my system resources. So if you had like an icon in the game, there probably is one and I don't even have it. I was thinking a lot of times, like, Entropia puts really good functions in the action library, and then no one ever finds them. I don't know how many of the functions what I could have been using for years, and I never did, because I never noticed they were in the action library before. Yeah, so if anyone at MindArc is listening, if it's in the action library, maybe put it on the fucking game desktop or whatever, as a... Yeah, Emon, that's it. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. What is it? Eomon? Going to hunt some Eomons. Maybe it's over already. Did I miss it? Now, if anyone's wondering why I went with Society 6 for the store, it's basically because I'm pretty incompetent at a lot of things, so whatever another person can do for me, I'm all for. Right, they're telling me to go ask somewhere else. It's like if I wanted to ask somewhere else, I would have already went. Okay, guess I shouldn't be a complete jackass. Now I don't want to flood my fucking thing with more chat channels, so I probably won't even use this one. I don't know, maybe MindArc should do some sort of tutorial on how to use these chat channels. Because I can't fucking grasp it. Like, when you add one of these channels, like, can you get rid of them? I don't want to keep adding more and more channels, have a giant menu, and I can't get rid of any of them. So I don't know, screw the EMOM event. If I can't even find out how to get to it, no one will tell me. It's like, fuck the shit. It's like, well done, MindArc. Good event. Now some days I wonder if MindArc's doing it on purpose because they don't want too many people to get into the game. Because if we actually did have like a World of Warcraft type of player base, authorities would shut this game down. I guarantee. And if you're wondering like why would authorities shut this game down, is the way this game is set up, it's perfect for crime, right? Like mass like fucking criminal organizations. They could use it to trade money across the world. Like you can give like deposit a whole bunch of pet into the game, then have the pet on your character, then get a character to meet with another character from a country that you're not allowed to transfer currency to. Because I don't know if you know, in the real world, you're actually not allowed to give money to other countries in some cases. Like Bulgaria is one of those, I found out. You're not allowed to give them any money because the way the government there is set up, they're very paranoid about getting overthrown. So they have laws where you're not allowed to ship money to any of the people in that country because they could use it to start a political party and overthrow the government, I guess is the theory. So yeah, you can't even ship money, checks, money transfers. There's no way you can get money to that country, except if that person was playing Entropia. Because now I could say, hey man, do you want $10,000 and just give it to him? And then that'd be breaking a lot of like international laws. So I don't know, that's one of the ways. I'm pretty sure if the government found out this shit was happening, I'm pretty sure the only way it's gone on this long is because how many people actually play Entropia, right? Like, I bet you 90% of these people are just one person that created multiple accounts so they could resell sweat. So that's the one thing with the sweat community. It did fuck Entropia, the way people put it, where it's like, hey, I'll buy sweat from you at a really high price, but only if you're a noob, like you just started the game. So what people do is they'll start a new character and then take the character that they already had and collected a whole bunch of sweat, give it to the new character that they're also using, and then resell it to the people who only buy it from people that are new characters. So what happens, you get more and more new characters getting generated by one person over and over and over again. So I think in the sweating community, each sweater probably has maybe 5,000 to 6,000 different accounts they've created over the past few years. Then, so like, yeah, there's probably like maybe 5 or 6 people here. And then a lot of these people have like 3 or 4 computers at their house, all running dummy accounts, and they're sweating. Not that I've ever done this, but just saying, like, it's obvious that it's occurring. So that I'm pretty sure Marndark doesn't care, because they're like, hey, when they pitch to investors, if they told everyone that they only had like 400 people playing the game, investors would be like, fuck, I'm not investing in that. But with all these sweat people creating more and more accounts, it makes it look like they have like thousands of players that are joining the game every day. But that's actually not true. Yeah, and if you happen to notice, Marndark is always going on and on how they're going to invest money in advertising. It's like, I think I've seen an Entropia ad maybe once or twice in my life, and it was on YouTube, and it was advertising it to me because I already play Entropia. So I don't know what kind of money they invested, but that's got to be like one of the worst advertising methods ever. And that's why I think they probably did it on purpose that way, right? They're like, hey, we'll invest all this money into advertising. Meanwhile, they don't really want millions of players to join the game. If they did, they would have a fucking convention for Star Trek. We'd have World of Warcraft numbers overnight. So I don't know. Are any players not into the sweat community? Did you know there was like such rampant corruption within the sweat community? I'm pretty sure it's like well known to anyone who sweats. But maybe people that just hunt and mine are like, oh, those sweaters, they're not up to anything that suspicious. I'm just going to type in the chat again and see if anyone answers. Like, sorry man, I couldn't figure out how to fucking use that chat thing. Maybe once I keep asking the same question, they'll just answer it instead of telling me or answering it with something else. Sorry, doing a stream. Yeah, it's like, I don't know what's like, what's the deal? Like, when someone asks me a question, I'm just like, hey, here's the fucking answer. It's like, why would you keep answering with, like, other shit? Like, what's the answer from, what's 2 plus 2? Then what is the answer? It'd be like, oh, you know what pi is? It's like, you could look up pi and maybe then you'd find out what 2 plus 2 is. It's like, why can't you just tell me it's 4? Like, why would you fucking start giving other shit to do? It's like, I'm just looking for the goddamn answer. I don't give a shit about other stuff. So I'm a little cranky in the morning, but... Well, I better not. They're probably going to start getting annoyed. God. Alright, so if anyone at Marndark is listening, maybe try to make the game less fucking annoying and make it somewhat congruent, like actually fun. It's like, I just want to know where the Emon event is. Now I've got so much fucking stress. I'm starting to argue with other players, fucking getting sick of them fucking giving me the runaround. No one will just tell me where the fucking event is. Yeah, forget the event. Bye, guys. do. Right. I wonder if there's anything fun I can do in the game that'll actually cheer me up. I have a feeling that this Emon event, I'm gonna go there and it's gonna fucking suck balls anyways. Not in a good way. Man. I know sometimes I'm a little bit stubborn too, as you can probably tell. Like if I get my mind set on something, it usually takes quite a bit to break it. Although normally there is a breaking point, but... Can't open that, sorry. Alright, thanks. Someone actually told me where it was. Yeah, thanks, man. My viewers will love you forever. Alright, so now I'm not totally stressed out. Thanks, everyone. There was actually one nice guy. Who is he? Joe Johansson 90. If anyone's got some cheap or some items, make sure you sell it to him for cheap, because he's a good guy. Alright. Eastern parts of Eudorian continent. Near Ashai. Near Camp Carter. I've never even heard of Camp Carter. Do I have the TP? No, so I don't even have the location of the event. That's good. It said Ashai, so let's go check out that. I'm pretty sure that's where the oil rig is. Now that's the one thing, like I used to always have to do trades at Twin Peaks. Then they added this chat channel. But I noticed a lot of players don't understand how to use the chat channels. So in a way, we almost should still be at Twin Peaks. Because I know I'm not the only one who struggles with it. Like I used to talk to my buddy Beamer about it, and he's like, chat channel? I don't fucking know how to use that shit. I think it's the old boomer generation. We're hard to adapt to other shit. Not that I'm from the boomer age, but I guess the boomer meme is someone who can't adapt. I don't know. I wish I could see the oil rig on the map. Can't remember where it used to be. If I was Entropia and I was like, hey, there's this oil rig where I want players to fight over oil in a PvP battle, you know what I would do? I would put a giant thing that says fucking oil rig on the map so people can find it. It's like, why would you put it somewhere where no one can find it? It's like, hey, I want people to go here, but I'll hide it. You guys should see some of the reviews I've left of NASA. Like, NASA is my favorite organization. When I was a kid, like even in grade 1, I started following NASA. Not like following on social media, because that wasn't even around when I was a kid, but Yeah, so what I would do is follow everything they did, watch everything on TV, and then when the internet came out, I watched everything on their websites. But I'm also very critical of it, because they do a lot of bullshit. Yeah, let's go full circle on that. It's like, remember I was talking about that guy that I met at that weird coincidence at Fan Expo and the Tommy Tallarico thing? There was also another really fucking weird coincidence, well, just a really weird event that happened when I was at that same Fan Expo, the one that I commented in his video. That's why I commented in his video. I was talking about the really weird thing that happened. So me and my buddies were going to Fan Expo in Toronto, and it's like a fear and loathing adventure where we're fucking just hammered, right? On pretty much anything you can imagine that we obtained legally, I'm sure. So anyways, we're kind of like hammered, and we're going to my favorite fucking guest at the convention that year, which happened to be Buzz Aldrin, the space astronaut. And Buzz Aldrin was there, and he was doing a speech. So like a question and answer seminar thing. So he gets up on stage. I don't know if anyone was at Fan Expo that year. You can confirm what I'm saying is true. I think it was the year 2008. What's going on? They're gonna let me fly right there? I thought there was no vehicles allowed. If I fly the whole way, I'm gonna get shot. If I'm gonna get killed, I might as well do it while... I don't want to get my ship destroyed at the same time. I figure they're going to kill me, but I'll give it a shot. So if anyone's wondering where to get oil on Calypso, this is the fucking kick-ass oil rig. There's usually some T-Rexes running around. So that's usually what I use as cover. When people are distracted by getting killed by a mob, then I'll fucking run in and pick up the oil. I used to have the oil pickup button mapped on my keyboard, but I don't think it works anymore. Ever since they changed the fucking sweet controls they used to have. Now the only way I can make it in here without getting shot is if they accidentally think I'm an Uber, because I'm dressed up in clothes. And if anyone's ever picked up oil before here, it's fucking unreal how much the stack is. I don't know, it looks like a bunch of new players are here. I'm gonna check around the oil rig, see if there's any fucking barrels. Maybe someone missed one. Yeah, this is weird. No one's killing everybody. I should check and see if I can pick up stuff with this button. No, it's the fucking log off button. Isn't that funny? The button I had mapped to pick up stuff is now the button to exit the game. Fuck. See, that's the kind of annoying thing, is it took me a long time to figure out how to key map everything, and after I had it all set, then fucking Mindart changed everything. So now it's like I have to go back, re-key map everything. I don't even fucking remember how to do it. God damn it. God bless everything. That's what I'm trying to remind myself. I gotta stop asking God to damn everything. I should ask him to bless everything instead. Alright, so let's get back to the Buzz Aldrin story. If anyone likes space stuff, man, you might be into this story. So, yeah, me and my friends... Oh yeah, this is what happened too. It's like Buzz Aldrin had like special seats that you could buy. So if you wanted to be in the front row, you had to pay like $500 or some crazy shit like that. But I didn't know that that's what those seats were. So when well, what happened is like I was wearing all black because I'm like used to be into like wearing black all the time. You can probably tell. So I kind of looked like I worked at the convention. And then there were some people that were trying to go in to set up the Buzz Aldrin thing. So when they got there, I was standing near the door, And then they like, hey, could you hold the door open? So I'm like, yeah, I held the door open for them, trying to be a nice guy. And then as I was holding the door open for them, I'm like, shit, why don't I just walk in with them? So that's what I did, is like after the door was open, or after they walked through, I just walked right behind them like I was with them. And then next thing I knew, I was in the Buzz Aldrin thing before any of the other people were. It's like everyone else was at the gate, they were still waiting to get in line. So what I did is I went and sat right in the front row, and I didn't realize that was like the extra paid seats. So yeah, once more people came in, my friends were like, oh, there's Leland, let's go sit with him. So yeah, everyone came and sat near the front row with me. And I'm pretty sure that that other guy that did the Tommy Tallarico thing, he was sitting within range that I could see him because he was near the front row too. So I'm like, man, this is pretty cool, this whole Buzz Aldrin situation. Like, Buzz Aldrin is like, I'm so huge into NASA. This is a guy that fucking walked on the moon, for God's sakes, right? So I'm thinking this is going to be like the most amazing fucking question and answer seminar I've ever heard in my whole life. So I'm like, Buzz is coming out. I'm like, I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy. Well, I didn't really do that, because guess what happened? Like, Buzz, I'm sitting in the very, like, almost the exact front row. So it's like we're only a few feet apart, right? So what happened was, as he came out, all of a sudden, my fucking body just went into fight or flight mode. Like, every hair on my fucking body just stood up like a fucking demon walked into the room. So I was like, what the hell, right? Like, why would I be getting this impression from Buzz Aldrin? It's like, he's my hero. I'm wasted. I should be having a good time. But I'm fucking like, oh my God, right? Like, I felt like I was gonna die. And I'm like, why is this? It's like, I don't know if anyone's ever stood next to a polar bear. I got the same sensation as that. It's like all of a sudden all the fucking hair on my skin started standing up. I was like, shit, if this bear does anything, I'm fucking dead, right? No, I was at a polar bear habitat where they were feeding polar bears, so I got to like stand close enough to almost pet him. But there was like a small fence or a cage or whatever. Well, he's in a habitat, so it's not really a cage. He has like huge, like 100 acres that you can go wander in, but they were feeding him. So anyways, that's the same impression I got from Buzz Aldrin. I was like, holy, it's like freaking me out. And then Buzz, his plan for this question and answer thing, they set up a podium so people could line up to ask questions, and then he started his speech, and he's like, oh, I'll do the speech first, and then after that we'll get to the questions. So Buzz, like, you can imagine, he's an old guy by this time, right? Even back in 2008. And when he's talking, he talks like really monotone, like, hello everybody, how are you today? And he starts doing that, and like you could see the whole audience was like being put into a trance. They're like, almost to the point of sleeping, right? And I'm like, holy fuck, what's going on here? Like, I'm just freaking out because I'm being put into a trance as he starts like, it was the most fucked up speech I've ever heard. He like starts going on about technical manuals and stuff. He's like, the door had an H bracket and it was attached to a 30-inch screw and it had 15 pieces of thread on it. And I was like, holy fuck, man, why are you telling us all this shit? No one cares. We want to hear about the moon, right? So I swear, he must have went on for like a good half hour at least, like telling us technical documents of like how the ship was assembled or something. I was like, everyone I was looking at, my friends, they're like fucking passed out because they were like all hammered and listening to some old guy read technical manuals just put everyone to sleep, right? But not me. I'm sitting here on the edge of my seat going, is he gonna kill us? Is he gonna kill us? Yeah, so as he's put everyone into a fucking trance, I'm thinking, God, I wish I would have brought my camcorder to record this, because this is fucking amazing, right? But I looked behind me, and there was just thousands of people all running camcorders. So I'm like, surely someone will upload this to YouTube. To this day, I'm still looking for someone who uploaded it to YouTube. It's like, I think that guy that I was talking to on Tommy Tallarico, he was at the convention filming, so that's why I was asking him, like, hey man, did you happen to record the Buzz Aldrin thing? Can I get any of the footage off you? He's like, sorry man, I recorded the Buzz Aldrin thing, but only like a couple of seconds, and he doesn't have much to share. So I'm like, okay, sorry, I'll keep looking for someone else. So if anyone else was at Fan Expo in 2008 and recorded the Buzz Aldrin thing, or if you know how to get it, a recording of that, please let me know. Because what do you know, Buzz Aldrin, once he had everyone in this trance, made the biggest fucking announcement I've ever heard in NASA history. The biggest fucking announcement, and no one's talking about it. The only thing I could think to explain it was maybe that trance put everyone into like a state where he could tell them anything, and lo and behold, they wouldn't know. Yeah, so does anyone want to know what the big announcement he made was? Any guesses? Ooh. Hey, this guy's wearing a helmet. Hey, is that Mike King Beanut? No, my mentor for crafting was Mike King Beanut, and I haven't seen him in a while. But I don't think he would be here. He was like an Uber crafter with a lot of cash, so I doubt he'd be running around picking up oil. Yeah, and the main reason the oil takes so long to come out of this thing, I think I picked it up once and it was over a 10-ped stack. So it's basically shooting out dollars. Yeah, when I used to first play Entropia, the Russians had this place on lockdown, where they had a team of like 20 guys, and they would stand in a big circle around the oil rig, and if anyone came that wasn't in their mob, or their guild or whatever, they would just shoot them. And they had such powerful sniper rifles, it was one hit dead. So really, I went years and years and years, and I'd only seen pictures of the oil rig online. I never even got close enough to see it. And sometimes I would spend days, like 40 hours a day, or not, 40 hours a week trying to fucking, 40 in a day. No, I was like spending 40 hours a week trying to get to the oil rig, and then I just gave up. I'm like, I'm never going to make it past those Russian snipers. Even to this day, I talk to people like, no, I don't go to the oil rig because of the snipers. I'm like, the Russians are gone now. I don't know where they went. Maybe they ran out of vodka. No, I'm half Ukrainian, so I guess technically I can make fun of Russians a little. Hopefully it doesn't start another Russian-Ukraine war. Oh, that's why. Yeah, if you take your vehicles and you spawn them near the oil rig, did you guys know the trick? Turns out that this oil rig will spit out the oil, and if it happens to land on your vehicle, it'll go right into the vehicle storage. So some people just take their vehicles and park them near the oil rig, come back and see how much oil's in it. I don't know if that trick still works. Hopefully it's not a glitch. Telling you guys how to exploit. I'll never do that. Yeah, I'll look around here. See, what I used to do is like hide behind here and then run out and get the oil. I think the last barrel of oil I picked up was like somewhere around here. It's weird, eh? Nobody's killing anyone here? So rare. Maybe at some point I'll swing by. Yeah, let's make the title of this video the Calypso Oil Rig. Yeah. When am I going to remember that everything's the opposite? There we go. Ah, my couch. See, my leather couch is fucking the same color of green, or I guess close enough to my shirt that it always shows up. It's annoying. Now some of the oil rigs, like the one on Arcadia, when the oil flies out, you can see like a little, like a shooting star. But I don't think this one does that. One oil rig they had set up is people just wait in a line. So when it was your turn, you can go up to the oil rig and wait for it to come out. And once it did, you grab it and go back to the end of the line. And then if you tried to screw around, someone who was guarding the line would just shoot you. Yeah, man, this is so exciting. Man, if the oil comes out, this will be like the most epic stream ever. I don't know, I feel bad for that guy. He told me where the Emon event is, but really I didn't have that teleporter, so at a loss again. If only I had that teleporter, I could have just went there and showed you guys. Maybe I'll do it while I'm offline. I'll open up all those links and try to narrow down a location. Maybe someone in the chat, if they want to put it in the chat, if you know a location, like the, what is it, the waypoint, the longitude and latitude, if you can put it where it is. So then tomorrow's episode, that's where I'll go. Let's see. Yeah, we're already over the hour mark, so I'll finish up the Buzz Aldrin story quick. And we'll wrap up the show. And then maybe tomorrow, if I can't find the Emon event, I'll do a little bit of a crafting run too. Alright, so Buzz Aldrin made the announcement that when he was flying to the moon, the whole best part of the trip that was even better than walking on the surface. So I was thinking right there, when he said it was better than walking on the surface, I'm like, holy shit, this must be pretty fucking good, right? So he said the best part about his whole trip to the moon is when they first did their, what is it, orbit, and they made it around to the other side of the moon that no one on Earth can see. And I know a lot of people, like NASA doesn't tell people about this because it's a really fucked up situation. It almost proves that our Earth is artificial. But the way our moon and Earth orbit, no matter what happens, the moon's one side always faces the Earth. So you can never see the other side of the moon. So it's almost like designed so that you can hide something on the other side of the moon that no one on the Earth will ever see unless they can orbit the moon. So this is what Buzz Aldrin was going on about. He's like, hey, when I first got to the other side of the moon, I saw something that was better than walking on the surface. So I was like, holy shit, what is this, right? What could possibly be better than walking on the surface? Guess what he said it was? He's like, first part of what he saw was the universe or our solar system's biggest crater. It turns out every planet, like you know how Earth and the moon are pretty small in comparison to everything else? Maybe like Mercury is a bit smaller. But, and like how other planets have like shitloads of moons, like 20 moons or whatever, and we only have one. Well, for some really weird coincidence, just like the coincidence we can't see the other side of the moon, is it just so happens the biggest fucking crater in the entire solar system is on that dark side of the moon, or the side we can't see. And he said when he first saw it, he's like, holy shit, man, that's like the biggest crater he's ever seen. Well, obviously, because it's the biggest in the solar system, right? So anyways, he said even weirder than that is when he looked into the center of the crater, he said right in the center was a giant pyramid. I was like, did Buzz Aldrin just go in front of a crowd of thousands of people and say the thing he saw on the other side of the moon that was better than walking on the surface was a fucking huge pyramid in the center of the crater? I was like, so I fucking looked around like the audience. I'm like, are we going to get a standing ovation for this announcement? What is everyone doing? I was like, everyone fucking slept through it, or like half asleep in like some sort of state. And I'm the only person who's like on the edge of my seat going, yeah, so that's what happened when Buzz Aldrin came to Toronto. He told everyone there was a fucking pyramid on the other side of the moon. And I was like, when is it like the news of this gonna break? Thousands of people recorded it, happened in 2008. He's done countless interviews since. I don't think he's ever mentioned it again. So I was like, I even talked to a few of my friends and they're like, well, maybe he just meant like a pyramid shape and it wasn't like actual pyramid. And I was like, well, why would that pyramid shape be so cool that it was better than walking on the surface, right? Like he was putting emphasis saying this was fucking amazing, right? So I'm like, holy, that's really weird. So that was like my 2008 convention experience, and that's the guy that I was talking to. He was in that crowd. I don't know. Yeah, he was at the Buzz Aldrin speech too. So then all these years later, in 2020, we ended up hooking up, running into each other when we were talking about the in television Amiko. So I was like, man, is that like one of the weirdest coincidences ever? So I'm wondering if that's like where the demon dreams are coming in too. There's some weird thing going on right now. I don't know what's going to happen next, but man, it's starting to freak me out a little bit. Like, not freak me out in a dangerous way. I don't really care about danger that much because, hey, we're all going to die one day, right? It's not like we're here permanently and it's going to fuck up something. No, I've lived a pretty exciting life already. As you can tell, I have like fucking millions of just stories that are fucking can blow most people's minds. So it's not like I would die tomorrow and be like, oh shit, I wasted my life and didn't get anything accomplished or didn't see anything cool. At least I made out with a few hot babes. Man, oh man. Yeah, so I guess this stream's gonna be pushing an hour 20 unless I finish up the story. So yeah, was there anything else about the Fan Expo? I'm trying to think. It's a shame that we didn't get any oil from the oil rig. I was thinking if I did, I could be like, hey guys, check out how much fucking oil I got. And I'll go check around here, see if any spurted. You know, when things spray, they tend to go in all directions. Sorry, mind in the gutter. Yeah, I was gonna think, what else? I think there was something else about Buzz. Oh yeah, I was thinking there was one last thing in that story and I was forgetting it, but thank God I recalled. Right, so to finish off the Buzz Aldrin story, it came time to the question and answer interview. And while we were doing this, it's like you could tell Buzz, he could see the fucking line of questions building at the podium. It was like fucking, I don't know, 200-300 people, all with questions. So the first girl that comes up, like she's first in line. She's like, I don't know, 8 or 10 years old. She's like, Buzz, do you like NASA? And then his response is that he likes NASA, but he's very disappointed in their failure to continue to explore space. He said that all the probes and everything they were doing was a complete waste of time. He was saying the one main thing they should be doing is going back to that fucking crater with the pyramid. Or not the pyramid, he said we should be going back to the moon. He's like, that's what I wanted NASA to do. He's like, if he was in charge of NASA, he would cancel every other program and just go back to the moon. I was like, oh, all right, let's hope the next question's about the pyramid. Guess what happened? He's like, sorry guys, don't have time to answer any more questions, but. So it was like, whole line of 200 people that waited for that whole speech to ask him questions. He only answered one question and then left. So it's like, even that was a little suspicious, right? Like, if you went to a question and answer seminar, usually you're obligated to like at least answer 5 or 6 questions. Not just like, oh, hi little girl, bye. Yeah, so maybe my show really didn't finish or didn't really go incongruent with my whole finishing quickly is my specialty. But no, today's wasn't really too quick, so I appreciate anyone who stayed and watched the whole thing. Sorry my camera was a little bit fucked, I didn't even notice that. No, I was trying to adjust it, maybe I could put it on the other side so that I wouldn't keep seeing my couch coming in to play all the time. But the way I got my monitor set up, it doesn't really work too well. Got 3 monitors. But anyways, yeah, if anyone wants some really cool Entropia content covered in the show, or even average content, or they want to meet up in the show, so I can meet up with you at a certain time and hang out while we do some stuff in Entropia, and I'll maybe, I guess I can't give away the mankinis yet because I'm so broke, but maybe I'll try to get some prizes for viewers. Maybe I'll give out some of my lower quality blueprints. Yeah, so if anyone wants to meet up and get a free blueprint, just give me a shout. I should be able to give away a few. Maybe I'll give out some of those, what do they call them, the basically screwed prints. Alright, let's see. Yeah, please don't forget to open up the little more info button. See if you can sign up for Entropia Partners. You can get paid to watch my videos in PED. And they'll pay to do surveys, pay PED to listen to the radio, watch the videos. I used to be able to play Slego, but I'm pretty sure Slego's temporarily shut down. I don't know, like I offered some advice on how they can improve Slego, so I don't know if maybe they're refurbishing it to include that advice, or maybe Slego shut down altogether because it was too similar to gambling. I don't know, but yeah, so that's the situation with that. And if you want to sign up to Cashbucks or Swagbucks, you can get some cash back on purchases. Places like Amazon, eBay, Alibaba. Pretty much anywhere you can shop online, you can get Swagbucks back. Oh yeah, and then don't forget, I got my Society 6 store linked. And if anyone has any other cool designs or stuff from the show that want me to make shirts of, just let me know and I'll get it done. Yeah, this is me in my getting shit done mode while I quit cannabis for the time being. Now, I think that was pretty good. Like, if I was wasted on cannabis, I'm pretty sure it would have taken me months to finish that store, because I'd be too high all the time to get anything done. So yeah, big shout out to Jade for helping me get that idea in motion. And what else was there? Oh yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, big thanks to everyone who's been watching, and the guy who tried to help me get to the Emon event. Sorry I was so cranky this morning. It's like the main reason I didn't want to open everything. You could tell my XSplit fucking crashes, so if I would have opened that link, there was a chance the whole show would shut down. So that's why I was a little bit cranky and trying to find out how. Yeah, let's see. If an Emon from the event happens to puke right through the screen, it goes into your vaporizer and you vaporize Emon puke, and give the show a dislike. But if that doesn't happen, then I really like it if you could give it a like. We have to counter all the dislikes and my shows keep piling up. Yeah, if you guys don't help me with likes, then my channel might get taken down by YouTube. Remember that. Alright, so yeah, I believe that's everything. My finishing quick is definitely not applying to the endings. Yeah, the king of contradiction. Maybe I'll make that my next shirt. Alright, what was the last thing? Oh yeah, almost forgot. Guys, make sure, whatever you do, for God's sakes, or for God bless you, never ever purchase the products from my sponsor, because it will ruin your life. Bye for now. See you tomorrow.